friends. I'm Sarah with Dandelion Seeds Positive Parenting, and I wanted to address a really common issue that I keep seeing come up in so many of my mama's groups. It is, why will my child not do this thing that I know they are old enough to do? I know they are capable of doing it. I've seen them do it before. Why can't I just get them to do it? Usually it's things like getting dressed, brushing teeth. It often involves self-care, even if it's as simple as put on these two shoes on those 2 feet before we go out the door. Doesn't seem hard, right? Well, why on earth, when we have asked our child 5, 10, a million times to do this thing, will they not just do it? Well, here is the good news and the bad news for you. Children are designed to be very dependent upon us for a really long time, not only biologically, but also emotionally. So oftentimes, just because the child is physically capable of doing something, it does not mean that in that moment they are emotionally capable of doing it. And of course, we can't see the emotions in front of us most of the time unless they are readily apparent. And we all know that's the story for another day. But oftentimes, our child needs help feeling emotionally ready to do whatever it is that we are asking them to do. Now, does the solution lie in asking them 5, 10, a million times? No, it really doesn't. If we have asked once or twice and our child isn't doing that which we have asked, it is not a signal to us that we need to ask more times. What that is a signal to us that we need to ask in a different way. Now, knowing that our children are emotionally dependent upon us, that doesn't mean our children need us to ask more loudly, more violently, more scarily, if that's a word. They are looking for emotional connection so that they feel like their bucket is full enough so that they can handle whatever it is that we are asking them to do, even if to us it seems like the easiest thing in the world, like getting those little feet into those little shoes. So what are some ways that we can help our children with these tasks, especially if we're busy, we're trying to get out the door, we're trying to do whatever it is that we need to do? As you know, I'm a huge advocate for playful parenting, so that is always a really good go-to. For example, this morning, my daughter really didn't want to put on her socks. So I knew that I could take a couple of different approaches. So instead, all I did, in fact, I made it my go-to. I didn't even start having the battle because it's just not worth it. I just took her socks over to her and kind of tossed them down on her in a gentle, playful way and said, whatever you do, make sure to get those socks on your knees right away. They can't go anywhere else on your body because it's against the law. So then I walked out of the room and I trusted for a moment, and I did not harp, I did not repeat, I did not do anything other than say something silly and get out of Dodge. And sure enough, she waltzed into the kitchen a minute later wearing those socks on her feet, breaking the law, and she thought it was hilarious. So play is always a really good option. Another great way to get stuff done is to get closer to your child, and rather than getting louder, get quieter. You can get super gentle, super in their space in an affectionate way. And for example, if your child is open to touch, put your arm around them, give them a little kiss on the cheek, and say, it's time to do whatever. Here, let's go together. If it's go to the bathroom, here, let's walk together down the hall. Or it's something that you can do. Again, that's another great one for playful parenting. Something that you're doing together, something that is helping your child feel like they are not just the recipient of these instructions, but instead they are someone who is dear to you, someone who matters to you, and someone who sees the importance of whatever it is they are engaged in. So there are lots of different ways to connect. Like I said, playful parenting, getting closer, getting quieter, You can also, if your child is old enough to read, you can also start a note writing system. So for example, I have a pen here. I might write down something like, it's time to go. Which of these do you want to do first? And I would have a little checkbox, brush teeth or comb hair, whatever it may be. And I would slide the things over to my child and I would let her pick. And then she is already engaged in a discussion with me, even if it's just through pen and paper, and we can move forward together with the thing. And certainly along with that, giving kids choices is a great way to do it as well. So hope these tips help. It's not about asking more, it's about finding the right language with which to communicate. I will see you again very soon. Have a great day.